When did you last feel like yourself? Not the version of you that shows up for everybody else. Not the one that keeps it together at work. Not the one that says, I'm fine, when someone asks. The real one. The one who had direction. Who knew what he was building toward. Who felt like the life he was living actually belonged to him. If you had to think hard about that, this video is for you. Most men who come to me have already tried the obvious things. Time, staying busy, telling themselves to move on, and none of it worked. Not because they are weak, not because they are broken, but because they are solving the wrong problem. Here's what I mean. When you lose someone who anchored you, a spouse, a parent, someone who was part of how you understood yourself, the loss does not just take that person. It takes your identity with it, who you were as a husband, as a son, as the person who had someone to come home to. That identity is gone. And most men spend years, sometimes the rest of their lives, trying to grieve the event, when the real work is rewriting the story around it. Here's the one thing I want you to walk away with today. You do not suffer from what happened to you. You suffer from the meaning. You attach to what happened to you. Read that again in your head. The event happened. I'm not minimizing that. Losing Terry, my partner of 32 years, was real. Losing my mother was real. The grief was real. But the story I built around those losses, that was mine. The conclusion that said I would never feel whole again. The belief that maybe the best part of my life was already behind me. The identity that said I was the man who lost everything. That story, I wrote it. And because I wrote it, I could rewrite it. That is the shift. That is the whole thing. When you change the story you are telling about what happened, you change how you feel about it. When you change how you feel about it, you change what you do about it. When you change what you do about it, your life changes. It is not magic. It is not motivation. It is how the human mind actually works. Now, I know what some of you are thinking.